evening. Welcome to Isolation Mutations, a free community writing workshop for the Wilbury Theater Group. Tonight, you're going to write 3 very short plays. And these plays, if I'm leading you in the right direction, will be utter failures of narrative and of form. They will very likely not fit the criteria for any play festival or contest you may be wanting to enter. It's possible they will not leave your notebook for decades. Much like the plays of tonight's patron saint, Daniil Kharms, from his book, A Failed Performance. Kharms lived in the Soviet Union from 1905 until his death in 1942. He was expelled from school for not participating in socially constructive activities. He was writing during Stalin's Great Purge, and he was arrested at least once, I think twice, for making defeatist statements. He died in a psychiatric prison from starvation. In between, he wrote short stories, poems, children's books, and plays. He and his friends started the art and literary movement, Ogaru, which means Association of Real Art. And they believe that art should not and need not contain logic. We have enough logic in life. But illogic and nonsense were not his ways of escaping real life. They were actually his ways of accessing real life. For me, with each year that I live in America, I feel like I can more easily access Kharms's absurdity. Kharms is also a good playwright to work with right now during quarantine, when constraint is possibly your state of mind or your reality. Some of you might be despairing about writing for theater now, when the future of large group gatherings seems in question. But I think there's no better time to write for theater than right now. An uncertain future for anything that you're creating during this time is actually really freeing. You are free. Your only certain audience, if we're being optimistic, is your best, most rigorous, perverted, truly weird self. The exercises we're going to do tonight may or may not work for you. They're part daydreaming and part constraint. They're above all about playing around. If you could right now tell your ego to go watch Netflix for the next 90 minutes, that would be great, because we're not here to be smart and we're not here to be deep. We're here because we're stuck in our rooms and it's necessary to play around. Okay, so there's 2 rules for tonight's playwriting exercises. 1, you can write longhand in a notebook, or you can type on your screen. 2, I'm going to get you started with each of the 3 short plays. But if you start to go in a different direction than the experiment was indicating, that's cool. Just keep going. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do a warm-up first. And here's the warm-up. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. And I'd like you to write a list of things that feel impossible in your life right now. It could be big impossible things, like I need to go back to 2013 and kill a man. Or it could be little things, like it's impossible to get good internet reception in my bathroom. There's no judgment, but you have 3 minutes. I have a timer. I'll let you know when there's 1 minute left, and when 3 minutes have passed. A list of things that feel impossible in your life right now. Okay, you have less than a minute left. Okay, so maybe your life is going really well and nothing feels impossible to you right now, but I hope you found something. And if you just couldn't even stop writing, that's sort of where I am. Now, you're going to look at this list of impossible things and pick one impossible problem. I'm going to pick something pretty simple, which is I cannot get internet reception in my bathroom. And that's the only room in my house right now with a lock. Therefore, it's really the only room I can have any privacy and get any work done hiding from my kids. That's my impossible problem. And we're going to write right now, tonight, a 10-minute play in which that problem is solved in an obvious and stupid way. Okay, here it is. This is our warm-up play. The play must be set someplace in your house. So on your paper, write down which room or corner of your house you would like to set it. The first line of your play will be spoken by you, and it's you stating this impossible problem. The second line of your play should be spoken by an animal. The animal is entering with the solution. The 10th and last line of your play will be spoken by you, and you will say, "That's all." Okay, I'm going to put these rules up on the screen. There you go. All right, we've got 4 minutes to write this 10-line play. Let's go. One minute to go. All right, so you're probably looking at this 10-line play that you just wrote and thinking, this is really dumb. And in fact, I hope you are thinking that. You want it to be dumb. Like, just write the dumbest stuff you can possibly think of tonight. Like, bad, dumb, obvious, cliche, pointless. These are all in the spirit of Daniil Kharms, whose picture I'll keep putting up here to urge you on in a scary way. Okay, that was our warm-up. If at any time you just get going with something, just stop the video and just go. But other than that, we're going to keep going. For our first actual hint of Kharms, I think for a reward before we get started, I'm going to read you a very, very, very short piece by Daniil Kharms. Since you successfully completed the warm-up, I'm also going to share my screen so you can see it. Okay. This is from the Daniil Kharms collection, Today I Wrote Nothing. There lived a red-headed man who had no eyes or ears. He didn't have hair either, so he was called a redhead arbitrarily. He couldn't talk because he had no mouth. He had no nose either. He didn't even have arms or legs. He had no stomach, he had no back, he had no spine, and he had no innards at all. He didn't have anything. So we don't even know who we're talking about. It's better that we don't talk about him anymore. All right. That was our first piece by Daniil Kharms. We're warmed up. We've read an absurdist piece and we're ready to go. This is the first play we're writing. And the way we're going to get to it is first, I'm going to give you 3 minutes and I'd like you to write down at least 10 things that you recall yourself saying today. It could be 10 things you said aloud to another person or to your pet fish, or if you've been quarantined alone, 10 things you said in your head. Okay, 3 minutes, go. One minute to go. Okay, so you wrote down a list of at least 10 things that you recall saying out loud or to yourself. Now we're going to pick one. I'm going to pick "That's enough salami," which I actually said about 3 times today. Okay, and now we're going to, oh, you either open a new page on your screen or turn to a new page in your notebook, and you're going to write that one line you picked that you said today. So on the top of a new page, I'm going to write, "That's enough salami." And then we're going to write for 5 minutes about that thing that we each said. This is weird. It feels very personal sharing these weird techniques with you. Maybe you guys do this anyway. But I really like to write when I don't know where I'm going, because I surprise myself, and it's interesting for me at least. And I really like to write towards nothing, write towards with no sort of idea or goal in mind, just write. So I'm going to write for 5 minutes about the line, "That's enough salami." And I'd like you to write for 5 minutes about whatever line you chose. It could be about, the words you said, or just, about the situation in which you said it. But don't judge. Whatever comes out, comes out. But write for 5 minutes. And I'll put up Daniil Kharms again for us, and I'll let you know when there's 1 minute to go. One minute to go. Okay, we're back. All right. You wrote for an uncomfortable 5 minutes, maybe, about one of the things you said today. And now we're going to keep going with that. A new screen, our new page, write that thing again at the top. And then close your eyes. Come on, really close your eyes. Okay. You're in your bedroom. You're sitting somewhere in your bedroom. Imagine yourself sitting there. Imagine what time of day it is. Maybe it's the time of right now. Maybe it's early morning. Maybe it's the middle of the night. You're in your bedroom and you hear something. Someone's coming to your window. You go over to the window and you look out and you see the person. Who is it? Do you know them? Are they a stranger? What do they look like? How are they climbing in the window? What are you doing as they climb in? Once you can see this person climbing in your bedroom window, stop and write down some notes. Just 3 minutes. Just describe this person. Go. One minute to go. Okay. You wrote about that thing that you said and you saw someone coming into your room. And now this person who came through your window into your bedroom is going to talk to you. They're going to ask you 10 questions. And to each question they ask you, you can only respond with that one line you said. For instance, I will only be able to respond in the scene. That's enough salami. Okay, now we're going to take about 4 or 5 minutes and we're going to write this scene, this absolutely weird, pointless scene that hopefully will go nowhere. We're going to write the scene in which this interloper asks you 10 questions, and to each question, you only respond with that one line. Okay, here we go. 1 minute. Okay, that was your first play. You just wrote a play. It was even less than 5 minutes. It took you like 4 minutes. I wish I could hear them. I'll hear them in my dreams. But I think we all just wrote a play. We're gonna get as a reward to hear another short piece by Daniil Kharms. This is a play that I really love by him. I'm gonna share my screen so you can see it. Okay. Okay, this is a failed performance. Petrikov Gorbanov enters the stage. He tries to speak but hiccups. He vomits. He exits. Enter Pritikin. Pritikin, His Honor, Petrikov Gorbanov will be... He vomits and runs away. Enter Makarov. Makarov. Pritikin vomits and runs away. Enter Serpikov. Serpikov, in order to... He vomits and runs away. Enter Kurova. Kurova, I should... He vomits and runs away. Enter little girl, running. Little girl, Daddy wanted me to tell you that the theater is closed. Everyone is sick. Curtains. That's it. That's the whole play. That was your reward for writing your own play. Okay, we're gonna write another play. Here we go. You can just keep going on the page you're on or start a new page. We're gonna write a 3-scene play. And again, we're just gonna build it with what is around us, where we are, what we're doing, what we're saying. So the first scene, scene 1, is taking place in the room you're in right now. And the time that it's taking place is this time of day. So take about 2 minutes and look around the room. You can, get up, put your hands on things, but mentally catalog as many objects as you can in those 2 minutes. So I'm upstairs in my attic / office, and I'm just gonna, walk around and see what I've got here. We'll meet back here in 2 minutes. Really put your hands on things and really feel them, because that's going to be important later. Okay, that's about 2 minutes. Wasn't totally keeping track, but okay. So now you've gone around the room, you sort of made a catalog of the things that are in it. Now, have a mental picture also of the closest window to you. How big it is, how tall, how wide, how far to the ground. So take a few seconds. I've got a small window that's 2 stories down. All right, and now we're each going to write one scene in which there is no dialogue. It's simply a scene in which you're going to describe how you take every single thing that is in the room with you right now and throw it out the window. Include furniture. If the room you're in has a closet, include the closet, get that out the window. If you can get the ceiling out the window, that would be great. Someone can help you if you need help with the heavy objects, but there's no talking in the scene. So for this, you have 8 minutes. Really take your time, describe the scene. How are you getting these things out the window? Okay, go. 1 minute to go. Okay, that was scene 1. Now we're gonna write scene 2. To start, gonna do a little bit of daydreaming again. So when you're ready, close your eyes. With your eyes closed, see the room that you're in now. It's completely empty. You've thrown everything out. And here you are, standing in this empty room. See yourself standing there and taking in the emptiness. Then you turn around, and there's one more thing that has magically appeared in the room. It wasn't there before. The room was empty, and now there's one more object. When you see what the object is, open your eyes, and you're going to write a very short scene. No more than 5 sentences. No dialogue. Just describe the object and how you approach it and what you do with it, if anything. We'll give ourselves 3 minutes. Here we go. One minute. Okay, That was scene 2. You've written 2 scenes of this play, and now you're going to write the 3rd and final scene. And you're going to start again by closing your eyes. Okay, ready? Close your eyes. Again, you're in the empty room. Is the object still there? That's up to you. But there you are in the room, and somebody walks into it. Who walks into it? What is the expression on their face when they walk in? As soon as you see them, as soon as you see their expression, open your eyes, and you're just going to write 4 quick lines of dialogue. 2 things they say to you, and then 2 things you say back to them. And then that's the end. Okay, you're in the empty room. Someone walks in. You see the expression on their face. Go. Right. What do they say to you? What do you say back? What do they say to you? What do you say back? The end. Here we go. We'll do this in 2 minutes. Okay, that's it. You just wrote a 3-scene play. I think we should reward ourselves with more Daniil Kharms, just a really short one. Okay, I'm going to read this one to you guys, and then we're going to write our last and 3rd play. Okay. All right, this is called Pushkin and Gogol. Every time I'm feeling like, oh man, I don't know, like Adrian Kennedy is such a great playwright. What am I doing? I like to read this play. I think that's really great. Pushkin and Gogol. Gogol falls onto the stage from behind the curtain and lies down. Pushkin walks on stage, trips over Gogol and falls. Damn it, is that Gogol? Gogol, standing up. This is so exhausting. He won't leave me alone. Walks away, trips over Pushkin and falls down. I tripped over Pushkin. Pushkin, standing up. There's no end to it. Walks away, trips over Gogol and falls down. Damn, Gogol again. Gogol, standing up. He's always in my way. Walks away, trips over Pushkin and falls down. This is so exhausting. I tripped over Pushkin again. Pushkin, standing up. How absurd. Nonsense. Walks away, trips over Gogol and falls down. Over Gogol. Gogol, standing up. What cruel mockery. What a sham. Walks away, trips over Pushkin and falls down. Pushkin again. Pushkin, standing up. Damn, seriously, damn. Walks away, trips over Gogol and falls down. Over Gogol. Gogol, standing up. There's no escape, literally none. Walks away, trips over Pushkin and falls down. Over Pushkin. Pushkin, standing up. Damn and damn again. Walks away, trips over Gogol and falls down. Gogol. Gogol, standing up. There's no way out. Walks off the stage. From behind the curtain yells, Pushkin! Curtains. Okay. Here we go. The third play of the night. The third trapped quarantine isolation lockdown play. All right, and we're starting again. Closing your eyes. Okay. Close your eyes. Pick up the object that had appeared in your empty room in your last play. See yourself actually pick up the object. It's in your hands. No matter how big it is, you're holding it. Even if it's a grand piano, you're holding this object. When you can see yourself and feel yourself holding this object, open your eyes. You're going to write a short scene in which you hit yourself over the head with this object. I'm going to give you a few minutes to write this scene. And the only thing that needs to happen is that you hit yourself over the head with this object as many times as you have time for before I stop us. Okay, here we go. All right, hit yourself over the head enough times. I was using a lamp, but I was forewarned. Okay, now, again, close your eyes. You're back in the room, hitting yourself over the head with the object, and someone comes in and sees you hitting yourself over the head, and they say something to you. What do they say? When you hear them saying it, open your eyes and just write it down. I'm going to do it right now too. Okay, when you've got it, write it down and then say it out loud to yourself. Mine is, that wasn't expensive. Okay, and then you've written this down, and I want you to look at what you said out loud to yourself. Like what you just said out loud, what this person said to you. Like this person said to me, that wasn't expensive. And I'd like you to take one of the words that they said to you, just one. In my case, I'm going to pick the word expensive. And now you're going to have 3 minutes in which you write a scene hitting yourself over the head with that word. Just go with it. It doesn't make sense. That's okay. You feel frustrated? That's great. You could hit yourself over the head with the word frustrated. That could work really well for this. But what would it be like to hit yourself over the head with a word? What would it look like? Try for a couple of minutes, and then we'll regroup. We're almost done. Okay, here we go. Okay. Maybe that didn't go anywhere. Maybe your scene where you were hitting yourself over the head with the word just didn't didn't really take off. Um, but I think it's really great that you bravely went into nowhere. I think it's one of the best things we can do as writers, right? It's to go bravely into nowhere, bravely not go anywhere. Um, Daniil Harms actually thought that, you know, writing could not just that like cliche of like change the world, but like do something like physical to the world. He said of one of his poems, it seems as if these verses have become a thing, and one can take them off the page and throw them at a window, and the window would break. That's what words can do. So you just wrote this really weird play, and now you have uh, three possibly failed plays. And if they have failed, then you're in the spirit of Daniil Harms, and I'm just going to recommend these books. This one's a failed performance by Plays and Verse Press, and this one is Today I Wrote Nothing, and it's Artist Publications. Okay, that's the end of the actual playwriting experiments. But before you go, if you have some time, I want to do one last thing. And before we do that thing, I want to say, keep these things in your notebook, even if they felt unfruitful, even if they feel like failures. Sometimes I think that failures are the only things that I want to read or write. And maybe there'll be a day that you feel that too. And if you do, you'll have a notebook of them. Okay, I want us to end by imagining our theaters. If you had asked me to do this a couple of months ago, I would have imagined the Woolbury Theater Group, but I can't be there right now. So I want you to imagine the theater you can be in, a place you can make theater right now, a theater that would defy quarantine and isolation. It could be your bathtub, it could be your bed, it could be a rooftop, it could be a graveyard near you, a park if it's not locked, like the gazebo. It could just be the street outside your house. But close your eyes for a minute and think about a place where you could make a play tomorrow. See that place where you can make the play. Think about who or might be able to be in your audience as soon as tomorrow. Maybe it's just the sky. Maybe it's your neighbor Jimmy across the street. Um, who or what might be able to be your actors tomorrow? Maybe it's your ailing tomato seedlings. Maybe there's somebody in your house. Maybe it's you. Um, think about it. Think about what the tickets might look like. Think about what the theater is called. And then after we leave each other, write for about 5 minutes and make this theater. And then maybe tomorrow, make this theater happen. That would be great. All right. Thanks, you guys. Thank you for writing weird, bad stuff with me. I could do this every night. But hope next time we're doing it all together in the same room. Bye.